Today, we're going to dive into one of the most vibrant, joyful, and just visually stunning celebrations on the entire planet, Holi, the Festival of Colors. Now, it looks like pure chaotic fun, but what if I told you there's a really profound story behind every single handful of color? I want you to imagine something. Just for one day, all the normal rules of society, they just melt away. The social boundaries, the hierarchies, poof, they disappear. And the air itself just feels electric with possibility. It's a day that's literally designed for letting things go, where all the little arguments and past conflicts are meant to be washed away and replaced with this: an absolute explosion of joy, laughter, and a rainbow of colored powders and water shared between friends, family, and yeah, even complete strangers.
So this is the experience of Holi, but it is so much more than just a massive color fight. What's the real story behind this incredible celebration? What are we actually celebrating?
To really get holy, you first need to know this phrase. It's kind of the unofficial mantra of the whole day. It's a social contract, right? It gives everyone permission to be a little mischievous, to douse their boss or their elders in color, and for everyone to just accept it with a laugh. It's a license for playful chaos and radical forgiveness. But where does this tradition even come from? Let's start to peel back the layers and uncover the ancient stories that give Holi its deep spiritual meaning. Okay, so there are two core myths you gotta know. On one hand, you have the story of Prahalada, a devout boy who refused to worship his tyrannical demon king father, so his evil aunt, Holika, tried to burn him alive. But she was consumed by the flames herself, while Prahalada survived without a scratch. This story gives Holi its moral core, the triumph of good over evil. Then, on the other hand, you have the playful love story of Krishna, who, feeling a bit mischievous about his beloved Radha's fair complexion, playfully smeared her face with color. And that divine game is the origin of the festival's most famous activity. And, the myth of Holika isn't just a story, it's reenacted every single year. The night before the main event, communities gather for Holika Dahan. They light these enormous bonfires, which brilliantly illustrate the symbolic burning away of all that is evil, making way for a fresh, positive start. So, we have good versus evil, and we have divine love. But let's peel back another layer. Because beyond the myths, Holi is packed with profound cultural and seasonal significance. At its most fundamental level, Holi is a spring festival. It's this explosive, colorful farewell to the grayness of winter and a huge welcome to the new life and abundance of the harvest season. The colors themselves mirror nature bursting back into bloom. And this brings us to a really fascinating social dimension. For this one day, all the strict hierarchies, age, status, wealth, caste, they completely dissolve. I mean, when everyone is covered head to toe in color, you can't tell a CEO from a street vendor. Everyone is simply human, united in celebration. And that powerful sense of unity, it extends into our personal lives too. Holi is like an annual relationship reset button. It's an opportunity to approach someone you've had a falling out with, share a sweet, and just say, let's start over. It's a culturally mandated moment for forgiveness. Okay, we've covered the myths and the meaning, but that still doesn't fully explain the intense, infectious joy of Holi. So for our final layer, let's look at the surprising science behind why this festival actually makes us feel so good. So when you're in the middle of that joyous chaos, what is physically happening inside your brain to generate that feeling of pure bliss? Well, it turns out Holi is the perfect recipe for a neurochemical cocktail of happiness. The playful throwing of colors triggers dopamine. The social connection and sunlight boosts serotonin. The hugs and shared moments release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. And all the dancing and running around floods your system with endorphins. It's a natural high engineered by culture. But the modern neuroscience is only half the story. The original science of Holi was far more direct, and it's absolutely fascinating. It comes from Ayurveda, the traditional Indian system of medicine. You see, the original colored powders, or gulal, weren't made from synthetic dyes. They were made from medicinal flowers and herbs. The orange came from the palash flower, which is antibacterial. Yellow came from turmeric, amazing for skin health. Green from neem, a powerful antimicrobial. So throwing colors wasn't just for fun. It was a form of preventative medicine, protecting the community from skin ailments that were common during the change of seasons. From an Ayurvedic health ritual to a neurological joy bomb, Holi's journey is incredible. Now, for our final section, let's see how this ancient festival evolved and spread across the entire globe.
Even within India, Holi isn't one single festival. Travel to Barsana and you'll find Lat Mar Holi, where women playfully beat men with sticks. In West Bengal, it becomes a more devotional procession called Dol Jatra, and in Punjab, Hola Mahalla showcases these incredible displays of Sikh martial arts. The core idea takes on countless local flavors. You can trace its entire evolution through time. It began as a simple agricultural festival celebrating the spring harvest. Then, the powerful myths of good versus evil were woven in. Later, the playful stories of Krishna and Radha added the elements of color and mischief. And finally, through the Indian diaspora, it became the global phenomenon we see today. And when I say global, I mean it. Massive Holi celebrations now take place from Kathmandu to London, from Mauritius to major cities across the United States, and it's eagerly embraced by people from every background imaginable.
Which leaves us with a final thought. In a world that can often feel so fractured and divided, there's something incredibly powerful about a festival whose entire purpose is to dissolve barriers, to reset our relationships, and to celebrate a universal human need for renewal, forgiveness, and just pure, unadulterated joy. What can we all take away from that?